It's a simple rule of supply and demand, and Palladium is going to be the big winner at the end of the day. Welcome back, guys, to the Independent Experience. I'm Indy XP Bullion, and this is the Morning Market Wake Up Call for Thursday, March 18th, 2021. How does that old song go? God didn't make little green apples, and it don't rain in Indianapolis in the summertime. Well, guess what? It's freaking March. It is basketball season. Of course, we're going to have horrible weather. It is raining. It's going to be raining all day. Horrible commute in, but I finally made it in. Roads washed out and flooded over and what have you. But we're here now. Let's go ahead and jump on into the markets and see where we're starting today off at. Gold is down slightly, currently at $1737.07. Silver also down slightly, currently at $26.21. That gives us a ratio of 66.28. Platinum is steady, currently at $1217.83. And Palladium, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, is starting to climb even further up, going over that $2,600 mark, currently at $2655.79. Rhodium also gaining some momentum at $25,500. In base metals, copper is at $4.10. Nickel is at $7.27. Aluminum is up, currently at $1 even. Zinc is at $1.26, and lead is at 87 cents. Barrels of crude oil are pretty steady compared to yesterday, currently at 64.46 a barrel. We saw gains on Wall Street yesterday across the board. The Dow Jones was up 189 points at 33,015.37. The Nasdaq was up 53 points at 13,525.20. And the S&P 500 was up 11 points at 39,74.12. The US dollar index is continuing to improve, currently at 91.67. If you guys trade in Bitcoin, hold on, we might be seeing a little bit of a rally. We saw prices spike up near 60,000 overnight, but currently we are at 58,001. Oh, it just changed. Whew, we just saw a big change. 58,250.11. If you happen to exchange a gold back this morning, whether that be the Utah, the Nevadan, or the New Hampshirean, those are exchanging for $3.70 still. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, Palladium is starting to make some big gains, and here is the reason why. This comes to us from Niels Christensen over at Kitco News. Palladium is attracting new attention as prices test $2,500. Woo, it's not rhodium, guys. $2,500 on NorNickel supply issues. High-flying Palladium is back in the spotlight once again, and one bank sees the potential for a new breakout as the market faces deeper supply deficits in 2021. On Tuesday, Palladium prices rallied 5% to test critical resistance at $2,500 an ounce after Russian mining giant and the world's largest palladium producer, NorNickel, said that its nickel, copper, platinum, and palladium output could be 15 to 20% short of its original guidelines. Although the prices are down from Tuesday's high, this article's from yesterday, and they're mentioning on Tuesday, Palladium is still holding onto some of its recent gains. Because mine closures last month due to water issues, NorNickel said that it expects platinum group metal production to fall by 710,000 ounces. Analysts have noted that the palladium market already has a significant supply deficit, and the latest news only exacerbates the issues. Eugene Weinberg, head of commodity research at Commerce Bank, we routinely talk about on this channel, said that $2,500 ounce palladium has proven to be the substantial barrier of price. Quote, however, the price could make further gains in view of the tight physical supply situation. Indeed, the situation could soon tighten even further as sales of new cars are likely to be given a boost when the coronavirus-related mobility restrictions are lifted in Europe, which is expected to happen soon, he said. Although palladium is a precious metal, almost all of its demand comes from industrial fabrication. It is the critical metal in catalytic converters in gasoline-powered engines. Let's see. They give some technical numbers here. We're going to skip those. Some market analysts have noted that the growing expectations of a robust global economic recovery, platinum group metals should continue to outperform gold's safe haven allure with their strong industrial demand. So there we have it. Sounds like there's a water issue in Russia that's causing their producers to not be able to mine properly, and they're going to come have some major shortfalls, as much as maybe 20%. The one thing of note in that article is that palladium is a key metal in catalytic converters. Now, obviously, electric vehicles don't have catalytic converters, but we're not seeing a turnaround yet or a big push for electric vehicles yet. I keep calling them electronic vehicles. I'm not sure why. Maybe I need a coffee break. Hold on. I'm going somewhere with this, guys, so just hold on. That one goes out to Uncle Sal. So, as you guys know, in a catalytic converter, there's actually a whole plethora of metals, rhodium being one of them. Palladium and platinum are the three major metals that go into them. And there's a formula that the catalytic converter and the automobile industry have for the percentages of these metals that go into a catalytic converter. Now, palladium and platinum are interchangeable. You have to have both, but you can change the percentage of platinum and palladium in your catalytic converters when you manufacture them based on the price of metals. So palladium, now going over 2,600, looks like it's probably going to push well past 2,700, probably even before the end of the week. It at one point will become too expensive for them to use as a majority in catalytic converters. Right now, palladium is actually the most common metal in new catalytic converters. That percentage will change eventually once it becomes more cost effective to change it to platinum. Now you have to use more platinum than when platinum is the key precious metal in a catalytic converter. You have to have more platinum to make up the difference of the palladium that you're taking out. So if you have, let's say you have a gram of palladium in a catalytic converter and you only have half a gram or a quarter gram of platinum in a catalytic converter. When you switch that and you go to, say you put 2 grams of platinum into a catalytic converter, and your palladium will be, I think it's a third of a gram at that point. So at some point there's finite formulas figuring out what's going to be most cost effective. But the key thing is, in order for the automobile industry and the catalytic converter manufacturers to make that switch, it takes about 6 to 9 months for them to do, and to retool and formulate their production procedures to make the switch from palladium to platinum. So although you have to have both, it's a different percentage that they can have. Now, that means that there has to be long-range views of where precious metals are going. This article tells us that the biggest producer of palladium in the world is saying that this year they're going to have a deficit of 20%, possibly, maybe even more. We're only not even a quarter of the way through the year yet, so we might even be seeing more of a deficit as we get closer to the end of the year. That means that these catalytic converter manufacturers are going to be changing. They're going to go back to the platinum as the key metal component in their catalytic converters very soon. I'm sure they've already started retooling this, as this article states that they knew last month that there was going to be shortfalls. So look for palladium pricing to maybe equalize or stabilize, but platinum pricing is going to increase. is the key takeaway from this article that's not talked about in the article. So keep that in mind. We will be seeing platinum increase this year, no doubt about it. I think platinum easily is going to be at $1,500, $1,600 before the end of the year, because they're going to be able to make these conversions before the end of the year on the catalytic converter manufacturing side of things. So let me know what you guys think. Where do you think the top for palladium is going to be? And where do you think platinum is going once the automobile industry makes the conversion back to platinum catalytic converters? Be very interested to hear what you have to say on the topic. All right, guys. I do greatly appreciate every single one of you. And if you happen to appreciate old NDXP Bullion, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button for me right there. Helps me out immensely. If you happen to be new to the independent experience and you want to keep up to date on when all the latest and greatest content comes out, make sure you hit the subscribe and jingle bell right there in the corner, bing bong, so you can stay notified of when new content comes out. Of course, we're popping the box up on this side of the screen. This is the gateway to the back catalog. You can start clicking through all of these videos at your heart's content at the end of this one. Guys, I've been NDXP Bullion from the Independent Experience, and I'm here again to remind you, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find your pockets heavy.